the Ryan budget literally, as you know, ends Medicare for anybody 55 or under, and that's going to save trillions of dollars. And then he takes that savings and gives it to the higher income Americans for tax cuts. All right. What's off the table in the Ryan budget is the Pentagon. What's off the table is a way to pay for Iraq and Afghanistan. It's the first time in the history of our country where we've cut taxes rather than raised them in wartime. What's off the table are tax expenditures. You know, we give away more in the tax code than we do in the appropriations bill. So, you know, with oil companies selling oil at $112 a barrel, they still get $55 billion in tax breaks. I've been talking about the ethanol subsidy. You know, that's $6 billion. Right, raises the cost of food because it's driving up the grain prices. But it enjoys 45-cent a gallon subsidy, 54-cent per gallon tariff barrier, and then a mandate that you have to buy ethanol gas. You know, that obviously makes no sense. So you've got the Pentagon off the budget, you've got paying for a war off the budget, you've got these tax expenditures off the budget, and frankly you have revenues off the table. And those, in my view, have to be on, all those things have to be on the table, and if we had them on the table we'd actually be able to solve the problem. But if you just do domestic discretionary cuts, I mean, you know, I got some information on this that you guys know, but I didn't believe this. You know, on the SNAP cuts, it's $127 billion over 10 years. I mean, that is so large that when I was originally told it, I didn't believe it. I mean, how can we do that when hunger is going up? So there's a huge challenge for you guys. I mean, just some of the other statistics that I hear, but I'm going to hear more from you. What, 98,000 Vermonters qualify now? In 2009, Three Squares brought in over $100 million to spend in Vermont grocery stores and markets. Jim, you'd know a lot about that. And 90% of the benefits go for food assistance, so it's very low overhead deal. And don't let anybody know that you're not getting minimum wage. Right? You'd probably get in trouble for that. So it's pretty astonishing. So we've got to fight back on this budget, and I'm here basically to have we've been doing these roundtables on the budget because we want Vermonters to know what the implications are. And the focus I've had is to show what choices have been made in the budget. You know, a lot of people will say a budget is a moral document. It certainly is, and it reflects choices and values. But I want Vermonters to know, you guys do know because you're so much on the front lines. And one of the reasons I want all of us to know is because we can push back for a fair budget. We can get to budget balance, but it has to be in the Vermont way where everything's on the table. We all work harder. We're all willing to share some of the sacrifice.